I'm Melanie Mazurant, Jove's Library Relations Manager. Thank you for joining us in today's session of Jove's Librarian Innovation Webinar Series. Today you'll hear from our 2021 winners who will discuss their innovative solutions that help users access library resources online by initiating e-library portals, events, training sessions, and more. So today's session will focus on simplifying and delivering library resources virtually. We'll take a look at how our 2021 Jove Librarian Innovation Award winners created library content in different formats and provided training and programs to improve the quality of the library services they provide. Now, before we proceed, I'd like to get a few housekeeping items out of the way. Can everybody please use the raise hand icon on their toolbox to let me know they can hear me? Okay, wonderful. Now, if you would like to ask our speakers any questions, please submit them in the Q&A section of your toolbox. When both our speakers wrap up their presentation, we will answer as many questions as we have time to, and this will be at the end of the session. You will get a recording of this webinar in your email in the next 24 hours. And lastly, at the conclusion of this session, there will be a brief 5-question survey. We appreciate your feedback so we can continue to provide webinars and improve upon them. All right, let's begin the webinar. Let me introduce my co-panelists. I have J. Michael Diola. He's the head librarian at De La Salle Zobel School in the Philippines. And my other panelist is Mbengsi Ann Zithem, a librarian in Cameroon who's a research assistant at the Effective Basic Services eBase in Africa. And thanks for joining us. Now, right now, I don't see Marianne here. She's having connectivity issues. She's all the way in Cameroon, so hopefully she'll be able to join once that's worked out. But for now, Jay in the Philippines is going to present and guide us through his award-winning submission, the DLSZ Minecraft Virtual Library. Okay, Jay. So Jay, please unmute yourself and share your screen and begin.
Hello, good evening, everyone. It's 7 p.m. here in the Philippines, so good evening from this side of the world. I just want to check if you can hear me.
You sound great.
And can you see my slide now?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So before I start, I would just like to give a background about our school. So I'm from the Philippines again, from De La Salle Zobel School. We are a basic education school which cater from pre-K to grade 12. So basically small kids. Okay, start. So as we all know, the COVID-19 pandemic has affected all of us. All the industries, including the field of education, and of course, libraries are greatly affected. This pandemic brings a lot of problems and challenges to us. It changed the way we do things, from simple things like traveling. I guess most of you miss traveling a lot, or even conducting online classes. So last year, all the schools in our country here in the Philippines started to conduct full online classes. This big change from the traditional face-to-face class bring big questions to school libraries. How school libraries will deliver their service? How do libraries stay relevant in the online setting? One of my favorite Marvel characters, Spider-Man. Okay, she once said, with great power come great responsibility. So we look at these challenges, this pandemic as a responsibility. So we just try to mix up this quote from Spider-Man, we put the responsibility to. So we look at it as with great responsibility comes great powers. So with this, but how I wish I have the superpower to end all these challenges. Good thing, superpower is not the only option for the libraries to work in our current situation. Okay, out of the box ideas and initiative could turn a negative situation into a positive one. So looking back on how we plan our approach for this project, it all started with COVID. So looking back, I realized that we used the word COVID to have this idea build up. So let's take a look at the word COVID one by one. Okay, in starting this project, the first thing in our mind is we want to be creative. We wanted to come out with something that is unique and functional. So we look for different apps that we could use. Initially, we identified 3 apps. Initially, we planned to use Facebook, Google Site, and the Minecraft app. And after that, okay, we organize. We identify the things that we should have online to call it a virtual library. First, we thought that we need something that library user can use to access library online. We also want them to access our e-resources or our online collection. Using hyperlink, we identify that it can be used on all 3 applications. So we identified that we could use, again, the Facebook, the Google site, and the Minecraft app. The second important feature is that our virtual library should include a virtual librarian. We understand that for the virtual library to be successful, there should be a way for users to communicate and interact with school librarians. At first, we thought that the best option that we have is to feature it using Facebook because it's already included a messaging feature, which is the Messenger. So these are, we already have some services that we are planning to use, the librarian, our resources. We also created a YouTube channel because we do provide library instruction to our student. So we created some tutorial videos, our lessons. We uploaded it in our YouTube channel and also on our OPA if they want to check on our collection. And also we have these educational games that we could provide them and also on our school website. But after that, we realized that by using app extension and other third-party app, we saw the possibility of also having these messaging features in the Google site in Minecraft. Okay, the next one is we want something visual. Okay, we know the importance of providing a services where the student can have a feel of a real library visit. So we want something visual. We wanted the library user to have a visual feel of a real library visit every time they go to the virtual library. This is where the Minecraft app have a big advantage over Google site and Facebook. Since using Minecraft, we can create an exact representation of the school library. We can rebuild the library in a virtual setting. This can make the library user visit the closest to a real-world experience. Okay, after that, we wanted to have a very interesting virtual library. So if you notice our student now, most of them are into online. So, and they get easily bored. So we wanted really to have something interesting. So what is more interesting than to have something that is game-based and something that they are used to doing and they are always using. So this is where we decided that we're going to use the Minecraft app. So after having all this, the next step that we did is, I think this is very doable. So we started building and creating our Minecraft virtual library. Okay. Another problem that we encounter here, that's why we choose Minecraft, is given the short amount of time that we have back then, all the important requirements and features that we wanted to include in the virtual library, the question of can we do it on time? So right now we are still in the online setting. If you, as you all know, or if you know, the Philippines is a third world country, and the internet connection here is not good. Okay, and also this is the first time that the whole country will do an online teaching. Okay, so luckily the Minecraft edition is a user-friendly app that is easy and fun to use. So the DLSC Minecraft library is born. Now, for you to have I think most of you already know what is a Minecraft Edu, or most of you have tried the Minecraft. So for those who doesn't know, this is just short explanation. So Minecraft Education is an immersive game-based learning platform that drives creativity and collaboration and problem solving. Another challenges that we encounter is the build time. But what we did is we collaborate with students. They are good in these things. They are good in building. So one of the activities that we did in the library is we have this contest wherein we ask our student to recreate or to make a Minecraft world of our library. So the winner of that contest, that is the one we're using right now. So for you to better understand our Minecraft library, I have here a video that will show you. Okay, just try to watch.
This pandemic brought about a lot of challenges in the way we conduct our
By the way, can you hear the sound of the video?
Yes, we can.
daily lives. The library is one of the fields that is greatly affected by this. Good thing, aside from the challenges, this pandemic also bring opportunities for us librarians to be creative in delivering our services. Last year, as our school goes toward online distance learning, we decided to recreate our library in a virtual world using the Minecraft Edu. It is the closest visual experience you can get for an actual library visit. We try to recreate the exact version of our library through the Minecraft Edu. Once inside the Minecraft virtual library, user will find characters that represent the library personnel. Each character is linked to a certain online library service, like the Pathfinder, where students may browse lists of suggested reading materials on a certain subject. Library lessons and tutorial videos on how to use a certain library service can also be accessed through the virtual library. To make the virtual library more functional, quick access links were added, such as dictionaries, encyclopedias, and board games. A direct link to the YouTube channel of the center can also be accessed easily. The Minecraft Educational Edition certainly helps innovating the library services. It enables library to continue as a significant part of the school online distance learning program. The design was also selected and presented in a webinar as one of the best library innovation program by the International Federation of Library Association, the most recognized library association in the world. The DLSC Minecraft Virtual Library was recognized recently as one of the 3 recipients of the Librarian Innovation Program by the Journal of Visualized Experiment, a scientific and educational journal based in the US.
Okay, so basically, that is how our Minecraft library works. So thank you. Okay, that's it. That's the end of my slide. So thank you.
Thanks for sharing that video and walking us through it. I think we're going to start getting to some Q&A about your submission. Our other
Okay.
co-panelist, I don't think she's joining due to connectivity issues. So let's see if we have any questions. Give me 1 second. So you mentioned that this took a day and a half to build with the help of students. Did you happen to partner with any departments to get them involved in this?
Actually, the only collaboration that we have is with the students. Because we I've noticed most of the time during their whenever they visit the library, if they're not reading books, they're using their iPads, and the most of what they're doing is Minecraft. So that's what give us idea about this thing.
Got it. So this is more just kind of like a grassroots effort of you just seeing students in the library engaging with their
Yes.
technology, and you thought like, let's put them to work.
Actually, it started with, as I mentioned, we have this library instruction wherein we librarians act as teachers and we conduct classes to teach library school to the students. At first, I was into gamification. I'm very interested in gamification. So I have this grade two students, my class to grade two. I want to teach them the different sections of the library. So that's when the idea came out. That's the start actually. So I try to build my own virtual library world, but that's the only passion, just to show them the different sections of the library. So
And
basically, that's the start.
now we have a question that just came through. How many librarians were involved in this project besides the students? This just seems like
Uh,
a big endeavor for you guys to pull off in a day and a half.
yes, actually, it's just me and one librarian. So two librarians and I think 10 students work on this virtual world. But
And
basically, it's just the 1.5 day is the building the Minecraft world, but putting all the hype, the links, the videos, it all involves all the librarians in our school. So this is a work in progress. Right now, we're trying to add something exciting. We created some hidden rooms inside our virtual world,
really,
wherein student may find this virtual world if they could. It's just like a escape room. I don't know if you're familiar with escape room. We will
yes.
give them clues. It's like a treasure hunt to find the secret room. But to get the answer for the clues, it's based on the library skills or library lessons that we are conducting in the classroom. So we give clues about dictionaries, something like that. So it's all about lessons in the library to find the clues to find those hidden rooms.
Now, this Minecraft virtual library, really has the potential to be part of library services in a post-pandemic world. Now, are students still utilizing it? And is this going to continue to evolve and be part of like your library instruction?
Yes, actually, that's the plan. We are actually in the second academic year of online teaching. The situation here in the Philippines is, I think it's not the same. Uh, we're still not conducting face-to-face. So after this, hopefully we can go back to normal. I think we're going to use this. We'll continue to use and improve the features of the Minecraft app. There are a lot of possibilities. We're just starting to discover some things, some possibilities that we may include to make it more fun and more educational for the student.
Great. And we got some more questions coming in that have to do with accessing resources. So, how do you get access? How do you get access to all the resources, books, etc.? And the follow up to that question submitted by the same librarian: how do you get all the resources you put on the library? Does someone pay for them?
Uh, we subscribe to different e-resources and we also look for some open sources which are free. By the way, Minecraft Edu app is a paid app. Luckily, as I mentioned, our school is into gamification. So all of our students have the paid version of the Minecraft Edu app. Now, if you just want to, for example, you just want to have a contest using the Minecraft Edu app, you can get 10 tries for free. You could log in for I think about 10 times. Then after that, so if you want to experiment on this, if you want to check on the possibilities, you could try that for 10 logins. It's for free.
Great. And another question. So, I know there's several studies linking the effectiveness of gamification in library instruction. Was your library inspired by other gamification projects from other libraries?
Uh, Actually, as I mentioned, it's this started as a lesson in one of my class, which is involved gamification. So this is another thing that I try searching for any other virtual Minecraft library online, but uh, I'm not successful in finding one. So I'm not sure if we are the only ones using. I guess I'm wrong, but I haven't seen any other school use Minecraft as a virtual library
Yeah,
for
I
now.
was I was doing some research on this just to see. Now I've seen a lot of libraries use Minecraft for like a scavenger hunt, but not quite as what you guys are doing with creating the whole virtual library experience. So I think it's quite unique. But I think this gaming is just going to incorporating gaming is just going to be something that libraries I think are going to need to do to keep the attention of students because this is just something that they like to interact with. It has good learning outcomes. Um, were there any departments that were particularly like championing this project? Were they really behind it?
Yes, we have this education technology department. They are the ones in charge in providing new learning tools to the teachers. So they are the ones who are very supportive with us in doing this. We also try different game-based applications, but we're doing this to give our library lessons.
Great. Now, are you working? Are you only working with like departments like in like the sciences, science and medicine, or are you working with every single department?
Yes, definitely we are working with the every department. We're trying to get everyone involved, so we need to promote this because every services that we have in this Minecraft world is something new to our student. So we need everyone to help us promote and market, and also we need also teachers because not most of the teacher are good in Minecraft. So we also need them to be involved in using this for them to inspire also their students.
So that's a good thing you mentioned about faculty, and I'm assuming not all faculty are going to use it because they're not as comfortable with this type of like learning. Can you give us some examples of ways you worked with faculty who were not accustomed to, online learning with gaming?
Yes, yes. We have this experience. What we're doing is we're conducting every month. We're conducting. We call it Library Academy, wherein we give short webinars for them introducing like this. For example, we want to introduce the use of Minecraft. So it's a learning experience, sharing of learning. So we are not only trying to teach students, we're also trying to teach our we call it them senior, mostly the older teacher who are not really into to this. So we have that session every month, different learning tools for them to really understand and use the services that we're offering.
And do you think have these sessions gotten them more comfortable with using
Yes, yes.
something like Minecraft?
I think we're being successful with this. That's why we're continuing. Before we only call it learning time, and now we love to watch a YouTuber, Nash Daily, wherein she make this Nash Academy. That's why we're inspired with that, and we use the word LRC Academy.
Okay, we got some more questions coming in. Okay, who consumes the resources in your library? Is it open to everybody or is it just students?
It's for student and it's only for student and faculty of our school.
Okay, and How do you keep students interested in visiting the real library?
Uh, right now, since we're still on online, we don't really we don't I don't really have any idea. I mean, we're not really having opportunity to try if we could use this Minecraft virtual library to promote the real use of our real library.
Okay. Now, you showed us lots of features in the Minecraft virtual library. Were you able to track which one was the most popular?
Right now, that is the limitation. That is the limitation of this app. As in, we don't have a way of getting statistics. So the only way that we could gauge or we know the usage of every services that we have inside the virtual library is through uh, interviews and their experience. They're sharing with us their experience. So basically, they love using the e-resources, the e-books. They love
Mm-hmm.
that. I think the most least use is the board games, the picture of where we have the board games and also our instruction videos. They don't want to use the instructional videos.
They don't want to use it.
Yeah, yeah. They just want to ask because the Grabrarian uh, here in the Philippines, the most famous delivery service of food is Grab. It's Grab Food. So the Grabrarian is a wordplay from Grab and librarian. So we call it Grabrarian. So it's like a virtual library wherein we have some librarians staying online so that they could attend to the question of the students. So they would rather ask directly to the librarians than watch the tutorial videos on how to use a certain e-resources. So that's why I think that is the most unused feature, the tutorial video.
Interesting. Interesting. So they, even though they like the look and feel of this, they still are craving one-on-one human interaction.
Yes, yes.
So we have an interesting question. Do you have students with disabilities who also consume the resources? And do you have any idea if they sometimes have challenges with consuming the resources?
Yes, we counter especially with the lower grades. I mean, from grade 1 to grade 4. Uh, Sometimes they get lost in the inside the word. So and they need what you call that. They need better guidance on how to use a certain. So what we're doing is we're teaching them step by step one service at a time or one feature of the Grabrarian at a time. With regard with student with disability, unfortunately, our school we don't have students with we don't usually cater because we don't have this what you call that we're not specialized school which can uh, give students with special needs opportunities for learning. I mean, we are only catering for what you call that regular students because the features or the schools that I'm working is exclusive for regular students.
Okay. Now, more questions coming in. I think this is a great topic. We have one of our attendees is interested in knowing whether the library has only novels, or can one, or can novels, or one can actually get resources for research there. So do you have a mix of
Yes,
novels and research materials?
yes, yes. Currently, we are subscribed to 4 different e-resources. We have two for research purposes because we also cater grade 11 and 12, which the learning is more focused on researches. And we also have subscribed to an e-resources which only focuses on children's books, children's activities. So, uh, yes. we have different resources for different kind of users.
All right. And I got another question. Let's see. Now, does your program in any way benefit the non-literates?
Actually, that's why this is game based. So maybe the one asking is from a public library, because we're a school library, we're a private school, so they are the only our student can access this. So most of the all of them are literate. So, but basically, if it's something for kids, if you're illiterate but you're fond of doing games, for sure you will understand and you will enjoy using our virtual library.
Okay. And I have another question. What really surprised you most about the outcome of this project?
Well, basically, I think is being chosen as one of the the awardee of Job for our innovations, because at first we thought that this is just a very simple idea. We don't find it as unique or something that is new. That's why we're surprised that a lot of people were telling us that this is a very good innovation. This is something new. So I think that's what surprised me the most.
Now, is there any like, features in the virtual library that you really thought everybody would use, but was the opposite? It was underused.
Yes, I think what I mentioned, the tutorial videos that we're being creating as the most unused feature of this virtual library, because we're taught that because this is a new service, this is something new. They would take time to learn it by watching the tutorial videos, but it was not being maximized. Or maybe the students now they are very familiar with Minecraft, so there's no need for them to watch those videos. Maybe that's another reason.
That's another reason. All right. Another question coming in. Let's see. Now, in terms of, did you get any funding for this?
No, no. We actually, the only thing that we need funding for this is the e-resources, the subscription. But
Okay.
every year, students are paying library fees.
Okay. So this
So
is
this is part of the budget that we have for this year, the subscriptions. But everything else, the contents are being created by the librarians, and there's nothing that needs funding. So that's the only thing. By the way, if you have limited budget, there are a lot of open e-resources that you could use also.
all
We
right. Okay. Do we have any more questions? Right now, I don't see any, and I'm wondering. I know our Marianne, our other co-panelist in Cameroon, was having connectivity issues. Um, I'm seeing from my colleague here that she might be able to join. I thought maybe she was maybe in the attendee list, but I don't see her anywhere. So I'm thinking that it's 7:35 now, and she hasn't been able to get in. So I guess we should wrap this up early. Because if she can't get in, I don't want to have everyone just sit here and wait and have
I
nothing
think
to see.
there's another question here. Seeing the shelf in the Minecraft library, I wonder whether you could include virtual bookshelf.
Oh,
Yes, actually, you could go to the shelves. You could click them, and it will direct you to an e-resource that we have. So the bookshelves are clickable, and they will gonna direct you to a certain e-resources that we are been subscribing. Thank you.
okay, good question. All right. So I'm looking to see if there's any more questions. And I don't see Marianne joining. So I want to apologize to everybody. Sometimes there's connectivity issues, and I know our other panelist was, eager to present today, but it looks like the broadband issues in Cameroon are not letting her in. So I guess we're going to stop it here. But Jay, thank you for walking us through your submission and sharing all your experiences and insights and taking time to answer all the questions. So I guess we could wrap it up here. And just a reminder, the recording of the session will be available via email. You should be getting that in the next 24 hours. And we also have another session next week on September 30th, the journey to building an e-library portal in a large R&D organization. So if you're interested in our webinars, please sign up for that. That's going to be on September 30th. And thanks again, everybody, for joining us. And I hope you guys all have a great day.